So, social skills. What is that, right? Talking to people and stuff. Something you need to do, right? Um, so yeah, yesterday I went here, did a couple of approaches. It was cool. I didn't really force myself. I just waited until like I felt the moment was right, and then I approached someone, approached a few girls, said hi. So that was a good thing. It was a good thing because it felt natural. So that's good. And that's pretty important, like in social skills, that you can be natural. Because that's at the end of the day is how you can be authentic. People value that. And at the end of the day, it's also something that feels good, just being yourself, right? Now, something else is that being natural is not always optimal. Sometimes you need to be able to do some techniques, procedures, or you need to have a certain way of thinking at the very least if you want to get a certain result. So that's important. For example, like in sales, you need to have a structure. A few times. And then so that's good. And then the thing is, so right, so you want to have a structure in sales because you want to go from A to B, right? On the other hand, you want to be natural, like I did right now. And like this video is kind of like all over the place. That moment right there was natural because I tried to make it natural. And then I want to come back to like structure as well, like because I want to produce something that is valuable at the end of the day. And then you need to activate your brain. You need to shift into results thinking. So that is like the social skill thing, right? And so that's like the social skill thing. And you do like this, you do things the other way. So it is what it is. And then yeah. So the social skill thing is like you go like this, you go the other way, and you want to be natural. Like I made this video very awkward by pretending that nobody's gonna see this. People are gonna see this because I'm gonna upload this, and I'm gonna be thinking like, what does that say about me? About me? How what people see me is gonna affect my identity a little bit. It's gonna feel a little bit weird, but at the end of the day, like it does make you stronger because you're just being like authentic, and the more you can feel, be authentic, the more you can become expressive at the end of the day. So sometimes you need to do silly things like I did just right now because that's going to make you more comfortable just being yourself, right? But at the other hand of the day, you need to make sure that when you do silly things, you do it from like an authentic place, right? Because you want to. Do like this. Do another way. You want to make sure it comes from an authentic place, because if it doesn't, then you're just putting on a persona. So you might become comfortable with some things that aren't really like the right direction for yourself. So you want to go always in the right direction for yourself. So that's a little bit about natural versus structure. Then the other thing, I guess like that's like the main part of this video at this point. Natural versus structure, and that's what I'm going to talk about for a little bit more. I've made some videos on this before. It's the same thing like when you are talking to people, meeting new people. Like you want to have a little bit of both, in my opinion. You know, it depends, right? If you're doing sales, you want to have more of like a results type mindset. If you're meeting people, I think you want to have more of like a natural, authentic approach, at least compared to the sales part. Because if you are not, let's say that you're meeting someone now, you're being like very results mode. That is what some approaches teach, and so that does actually work in terms of like getting results. But then it doesn't always feel good because you're not being yourself. So you might get certain outcomes, but you might not create a good experience. And so that's why you want to be natural and authentic. But you still want to have the results mindset like a little bit, because if you're selling, then you don't want to just chit chat, right? You want to get to the point and make sure that you can actually help this person. And even though connection might not be 100%, maybe not 100% natural, if you can actually get the result for your prospect and for you, that's the most important part of sales, right? So I think there's always like a balance that needs to be had in the first place. And then on the other hand, it also depends what you're doing. Like, are you doing sales, or whether you're doing whether you're meeting new people, it's like a different thing. So that was a little bit about that. I'm going to upload this video. But I'm gonna probably need to figure out, because both of the videos I made today were a little bit like, we covered good things, but it's not very linear, and it's not very purposeful. Like, there's not a clear goal to it. So that's something I want to change. Then we'll see, but it is what it is right now. So yeah, anyway, check out the next video if you want, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.